Hello and welcome everybody to the Apple Juicer 2 podcast. I'm your host Cameron Allen, and today we're joined by a very, very special guest, Mr. Crucial, a local artist and producer. Crucial, thanks for coming on, man.
Good to have you.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Obviously, we have Brevin Stallings in the house as well.
What's up?
And we might be hearing or seeing Isaiah soon. He'll be walking in and then taking a nap.
At least in the intro, just then.
Yes. Anyway, and we also have his manager. What's your name again?
DP.
DP. Okay, sweet. Thanks for coming out, guys. What have you guys been up to today?
Man, just kind of, wrangling up the squad, tapping in with friends, stuff like that.
Classic Sunday
Chill
stuff.
Sunday.
Doing laundry and whatnot.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so let's just get straight to it. I have a question about your most recent album. There is some like guillotine themes going on.
Type junk.
What's the context or inspiration behind the guillotines?
Content. What am I talking about? Guillotine.
Yeah.
Meaning, just like a regular, like the actual guillotine, how you cut your head off, stuff like that. It just meaning like to go crazy with anything you're doing. So it's like running with your head cut off. That's really what it is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like guillotine dancer really just mean I'm going crazy.
Okay.
Just like stuff like
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just a play. It's just
Mindless.
another play. Exactly. It's another play back into my collective though. Like it's just like that type of thing. Like BGR and like guillotine dancing. Like it go hand in hand.
What does BGR stand for? That part?
Stand for Bag Group Representatives.
Oh,
So
okay.
it just mean like with podcasting, Apple Juice. Apple Juice 2 podcast.
Yeah.
It's like y'all want to be the best at podcasting,
Exactly.
and then we want to be the best at whatever we doing. So it's like when you see us, feel represented because we're gonna do the best we can do.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Okay, nice.
Right on.
Well, where are you from?
I'm originally from Savannah, Georgia, but
Okay.
I moved to Charleston, South Carolina when I was in my 7th grade summer, when I was going into 7th grade.
Okay.
And then I've been here ever since then.
Okay.
That's kind of similar to me. I moved here when I was in 8th grade, going
That's
into 8th
fine.
grade.
You're pretty much from here.
So yeah, I graduated from high school here, so that's why I stayed.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Been here longer now than anywhere else.
I let
Yeah.
them say it. Like they sometimes like blogs call me a Savannah artist, sometimes they call me a Charleston artist, but it's all in the same family to me. So I just let them rock.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like
Pretty
Savannah
similar.
and Charleston themselves are pretty closely related.
Exactly.
Oh, like the sister city. Or
Yeah,
sometimes.
Twin Cities. When I moved here, I didn't miss home because of that. Like when I first moved here, I wasn't really like starstruck because it just felt like Savannah. Like it just, everybody just talked different.
It really does kind of feel like Savannah. I mean, similar like southern vibes.
Marshy.
Are you also from?
I'm from
Savannah?
Charleston.
You're from Charleston. Okay, sweet.
Nice.
How did you guys meet? Or
In middle school. That's crazy.
Okay,
My fault.
seventh
Go ahead, P. Go ahead.
Which one? Which middle school?
Jerry Zucker.
Okay, nice. And you guys just like shared a passion for music and stuff or something, or?
It didn't even click like that at first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
It was for the fight.
Oh shit! Started out with a fight.
Yeah, it was for the fight.
We was
It for
about
the
to-
You guys
right?
fighting each other or someone else?
No,
So
it
we
was from the
fight each other.
Oh, shit.
But I just didn't understand. It was again the terminology. Like I didn't understand what he was meaning because he was referring to his grandma in the name, and I questioned the name. He was like, "Man, you better stop playing," But
Oh, dude, so it was a classic.
yeah.
Don't say that about my grandma moment.
Right.
So-
It's one of those. But like upon actually like sitting and like like bubbling with him and politicking with him, I realized that we have the same passion and like just being a hustler, versus music. Music was just the next thing to bless our hustle with. So,
Yeah.
that's really what it was. It just
No, it's
music.
interesting that that happens a lot where like you kind of have beef with somebody, but then you come out with like a mutual respect.
Yeah.
You're like,
Exactly.
okay, I understand.
Exactly. My boy.
Well, that's cool. So where did you decide to like be a manager? Did you always like want to do that, or you just like wanted to be in the game somehow or something?
Yeah, just be in the game type time and just
Nice.
really like that's my main man. So I'm promoting even if I wasn't manager type time,
Yeah, that definitely it takes a
Mhm.
village. You know
Most
what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
What were you guys' favorite artists growing up, like in middle school or high school?
I would say I listen like Lil Boosie, Drake type stuff like that.
Nice.
I like local artists around here too. So I always grew up in that Charleston era.
How old are you guys?
I'm 22.
I'm
Okay.
20. I turned 24 yesterday.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we
Happy
definitely
birthday.
we definitely grew up with Drake as like part of our
Yeah.
just like
Facts.
always in the background. At least for me, I mean like
He is insanely popular.
Yeah.
He's not even American either.
Right. My
he's
favorite
Canadian.
my favorite artist was Wayne, so by
Yeah, he's a
default it
goat.
was the Drake, and by default I was into Drake. But
Mhm.
like a lot of my favorites now, just like him, it's just local people.
Mhm.
Like people
There's a
that-
lot of good stuff locally that we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
these days.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, like
The production level too for like Amateurs
sure.
is so much higher now.
For sure, because everybody
all better.
hungry.
Yeah.
Everybody see its way out in it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. The knowledge is out there, and
Right.
it's cheaper to get your hands on the tools and
Mhm.
stuff.
Right.
Um, well, so some those early influences like Drake and stuff. Like, when did you start writing songs or music? Did that just like always come about naturally, or did you decide like I'm gonna start doing this now?
So I gotta give you the whole little spill.
Yeah, let's go.
Like, all right, so on both sides of my family, is rappers everywhere.
Okay.
Like, it's singers everywhere. But me,
Well, then it's destiny. Once
right.
that's-
Me growing up, I was just spectating it. Like, I was more like infatuated with like how to make it go instead of the finished product. So
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
a lot of times I was just watching my cousins. They had like a rap group. I was watching their rap group and it's just being, astonished by it. Or my uncle, he made beats and he rapped. So I was watching him, do his
Nice.
thing. And then going to my OG or like my daddy side, my daddy rap. So it was a lot of days where I'm sitting in the car with him just reciting a hook for
Yeah.
hours so
Mhm.
he can get his verse off. Like stuff
That's
like that.
interesting. So you just like always grew up like watching
Yeah.
people go through that process.
Yeah, and I never wanted to jump into it because I hated it. Like at that time, they was taking me away from like playing outside and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
So I just didn't like. I
gotta
didn't
get
like
that
it,
out first.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to now, I look at it like it was really only a matter of time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably like was really valuable. I
Yeah.
mean, shit. Like you were always like just steeped in that like a tea
Right.
bag.
I wrote my first song in 2018. Like,
Okay.
I've been around music all my life, but I wrote my first song in 2018, and then like on a friendship scale through all the people that I knew through like high school and like stuff like that, it caught wind. Like so, a lot of people was
Mhm.
like, "No, this hard," and then
Nice.
it just kept dropping from there.
That's awesome. I mean, so that must have been crazy, like watching people produce like beats and like rap music
Mhm.
back in that day with what they had, like computer wise and shit. You know what I mean?
and
Like,
big,
what was that
big
like?
block ass PCs,
Really?
like, all type of. Yeah, it was more. Again, I was a kid, so I wasn't living in that moment. I was
Right,
more
you're just
like,
observing.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to go home. Like, that type of stuff. But
That's
like,
crazy.
like actually jogging my memory on those moments, it was like, bro, it really molded me into like the MC I am today.
Yeah.
That's better than any school.
Right. I'm like, I started off making beats. I started making horrible beats.
Oh,
like,
okay, really?
Yeah. And that was like 2017. That was before I actually like wrote a rap. Because
Mhm.
like after a while, I just got interested in just listening to regular instrumentals. Like I stopped listening to mainstream music,
Right,
local
yeah.
music, and I was just listening to
That's
beats for
dope.
some reason.
To
Like,
pay attention to the tracks.
right.
And the
For
mix
some
and
reason, I was
stuff.
just listening to the beats because I couldn't hear nobody
Yeah.
on it until I started hearing myself on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then you're like, I got something to say. All of a sudden,
right.
you gotta say
Yeah.
it.
So I just from 2018 to now, here we are. Put me in front of y'all.
How do you feel like watching that as a young kid growing up is like reflected in your work now? Like, do you think that's something that has been to your
Man,
advantage?
yeah, it's everything I do is like a dedication.
Uh huh.
It'd be like if I stopped anywhere but on top of my craft, I'd do a disservice to like everybody who helped me become what I am today musically,
Mhm.
or who inspired me musically. So it's like, yeah,
It's a legacy.
right. It's just like I make sure to look in the crowd to see if they smiling before I look at
Mhm.
anybody else type something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the job of entertaining is important.
Right. Yeah.
So like you said that you started producing stuff in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
How do you feel like your writing style today has evolved since when you started back then?
It's funny because I don't write.
Or yeah,
Yeah,
you just
I don't
produce.
write. I do like voice memos, like what I do now.
Oh, so you don't write or type anything down?
I don't do none of
Damn.
that.
You're
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna cap. Like any one of them can tell you. Like I'll write something, and I'll for sure be like I'm gonna use it, you
Right.
know? And I get to the studio and it just go off energy. And it
Yeah.
So
be
you just
like
freestyle everything.
right. It just be a bunch of writtens in my
Nice.
phone. But like what I normally do is like I get a beat or I get like a bunch of beats
Uh-huh.
from like said producers, whoever the case may be, and then I just listen to that beat for the pockets
Mhm.
like throughout the week.
Mhm.
And I probably like if it's a Monday, I'll just be listening all the way to Friday. And then Friday
Mhm.
I go record it.
Yeah.
So do you have like the general idea of what you want to talk about, just not the specific words?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I have the points that or like the stuff that bother me through the week, or
Mhm.
whatever case was whatever's going on in my life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or I just make sure I try to get my point across through whatever I'm saying. So it's that type of thing. But
That's
like
cool.
I don't necessarily. I do both. Like don't get me wrong, I do both. Where it's points
Right.
that I do want to write or I do want to like But
Well, I was gonna say like
primarily-
your music is really like lyric dense. Like there's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
words in it. So I was
Yeah.
like, is this? There's no way that this is just like coming out the cuff, I guess. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's
it just depends. Like it. All right, so it can be like the last session we all had together.
uh,
I was working with like, my collective mates, and It was more of a thing like, let me just sharpen the sword. So I wasn't necessarily going in trying to be like lyrical, miracle, spiritual. It just came off like that. I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna go in here and sharpen my sword, and
Uh-huh.
whatever come out, just gonna come out. So a lot of times it be that, but like I try to have it calculated beforehand. Like I try to like have my voice memos ready to go, and you know what I'm saying. And then a lot of times when I have my voice memos, like I hear it and go to recite it, and then I probably just reword it. Like I'll probably say something completely different. So it'd be a different written, it'd be a different voice memo, and then the song would be completely different. So it's like it go through a bunch of versions before you actually hear it. But that's my process. Like it just helped a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Is that how like you would say that maybe like you stay sharp or whatever, like keep yourself good with by like going in and just like freestyling and stuff like that?
Primarily, yeah. But I can't say I don't get away from the writer in me. You know?
Yeah.
Like I do still like I write poems, you know, like I write stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
just to keep my mind
Inspired
on
and stuff.
edge. Yeah, you know?
The creativity side.
Right, stuff like that. Just keep the juices flowing. But like it's extremely important. Like writing to me, it's extremely important, even though I don't do it because I would have never got to freestyling if I wasn't a good writer.
When did you start doing that? Like, did you start always write poetry growing up and stuff like that, or like when did you start?
So I've always been a creative. I've been a creative my whole life.
Right.
I started off with painting, then it went to like graffiti, then it went to sculpting. Then it went to short stories. So
I can't paint for shit.
I wrote I can't no more either.
Yeah,
I can't no more
There's
either.
some of this shit up here.
I can't no more either, bro. I can't no more either. But
Yeah.
I think that's just like the next transition in my creative, like you know what I'm saying, my creative output.
Mm.
But it's more like I went from painting, sculpting, and primarily writing books, like you know, short stories, things like that.
Oh shit, okay.
And then it went
Fiction stuff.
Yeah, you feel me? And then it went to writing raps. Like one day I was just up writing a rap.
Do you like to read books and stuff? Like, what's your favorite stuff to read?
So the last thing I've been reading is it's called Diary of an Oxygen Thief. So it's about a dude who basically, I'm not to go into detail, but it's like a dude who be like breaking up with people and that's like his kink.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
That's
But
interesting.
it's just it's just it's a very toxic book. But like no, I do like reading. Like I do. I've gotten away from it like
Yeah.
because of rap.
Right,
But
yeah.
I still do like pick up a book every now and then. There's some shelves at the house with books on them.
No, that's definitely smart. That's definitely healthy. I need to read more. What else do you do to keep yourself like inspired and engaged? Like, do you like sit down and try to listen to new music every now and then or something, or like do you get overwhelmed with? Because sometimes I'm just like overwhelmed by all the stuff that's put out there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I don't know, need to not listen to stuff for a little bit or something.
All right, so the type of person I am, like, I'm a realist when it comes to my creativity. So a lot of times I don't listen to anything but myself. You know,
Right.
like when it comes to like what I want to do, I feel like I'm the only person that would know. But what I can say is I do like listen to music to hear what's current. You know,
Yeah.
like to hear what people are talking about. Like,
Just to stay relevant.
yeah, just to, you know, like I started adding like different terminology that stretches across like, you know, from regional to universal or international, like stuff like that. So like I do keep up with like what's being said right now, like
Right.
what people are listening to, what they gravitating towards, and then I kind of like make my own skeleton from there.
Mm-hmm. No, that's smart. So like, what is your process besides like freestyling on it? Do you ever just like, do you ever go in with like something like a broad concept, like I want to make a
Yeah.
story about like
Yeah.
with these songs, or something, or like?
Yeah. So I mean, I draw inspiration from like ironic enough, well, dense enough, I draw inspiration from my race, you know, from like being black in America, you know, being a male and black in America, you know, it's already a bunch of strikes against you at birth. So like a lot of times I internalize those things and I make I use my ancestors for that. Like I use I use that as inspiration instead of like just going in like, okay, here's a set topic of things and I just let that guide me. So like I talk about a topic that don't necessarily sound like a story, but it's in story format because it's like, I guess it's subjective to my life and what's going on currently. So only a select few people would know what I'm talking about, but those are the only people that I'm talking to.
Exactly, that's your audience.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I guess like, you know, just day to day, like there's stuff like you just got going on inside you, and to string it all together, you can do a story with
exactly.
It, so, yeah.
And like I want to say one of the only real stories that I spoke on was like the mass shootings happening, like when 3 speak, Boy Wonder Strikes Again, you know, stuff like that, like where I'm actually talking to people, like I'm telling a story that probably they only know. So like, a lot of times I'm telling a story, but it's probably just subjective to me, you know. it's not like a universal thing that like
Right.
that everybody would be able to pick
Just
up
like
and be
your opinion or point of view.
it ain't like a crazy story. Like it ain't
Yeah.
like King Von. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm trying to, it's not like that type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
It's
No,
more
you're not
of-
trying
it's-
to like just
it's more
make
of
a statement.
right. It's more of like when they hear it, they'll know who I'm talking to. So,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
No, that's important. I mean, just to put your thoughts out there and stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Is that what you would say that your music like mostly stands for? Or, like, if there were to be one out of, say many messages that you could put behind your music, what would you say is like one that stands out?
Defense. I won't
Defense.
start with you if you won't start with me.
Okay.
It is. I'm not like no killer. Like I'm not no. It's just I defend myself very well.
Up to this most recent album, Already a Legend.
Mhm.
Is there anything specific that went into writing that, or like what's the conceit behind the the term Already a
I'm
Legend?
gonna keep it all the way front street.
Yeah.
Being angry all the fucking time. Like
There
that's
is a
what
lot
went
of
in-
anger.
That's what went
You can
into
hear it,
Already
yeah.
a Legend.
Has
being
that energy
angry
in it, for
all
sure.
the time, and then finally being like, bro, I need an outlet to just let some of this
Yeah.
go. Like
You feel like that it was like therapeutic to do
yeah,
that?
because I feel like the
Yeah.
things that I talked about in Already a Legend, the storms that we all as a collective had to weather,
Mhm.
it's like it's a mood. It's not necessarily like a phrase. It's like a way you carry yourself. So Already a Legend was like, bro, I done already went through some of the worst shit. So it's
Yeah.
like like being local can't be the thing. Like being local can't be the end all be all. And then I
Right.
started thinking of it like, regardless of where I'm at, I'm already this.
Mhm. Like there's
so-
more beyond this and
Right.
stuff.
And so from there, I just moved accordingly when it came to stepping in my purpose, and I just got the anger off my heart, and then that's what came up. That's what came from it.
Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it sounds like that. It's not listening through the whole album. It sounds just like someone who is like very upset, and they're just like get it all off all at
Yeah.
once. You know what I mean?
It just that project being out itself is a testament to how like patient I am.
Really?
Because
You've been writing that over a long period of time or something, or?
No, I battled with the idea for a while, and we recorded like a bunch of stuff for it, but it didn't really start sticking until like, all right, I had like the original Already a Legend is 9 songs.
Okay.
We recorded like for a whole year for
Mhm.
that, just making songs, getting songs done, just doing whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
and none of those songs made Already a Legend. Like all of them are like somewhere, I don't know where they at, but
Yeah.
a lot of them like none of them made it. We just went and scrapped it and we recorded the whole thing. And
Wow.
so like when we got those 9 songs, like it was like everybody knew, like everybody in my collective knew, like
Like
oh,
you were
yeah,
like, it's
time,
ready.
like it's right now.
These are the
Like,
ones.
Yeah, it's like it's right
Time
now.
to come out of the oven.
Right. Like, it's right now. So it was just more of like trial and error. That's what Already a Legend is for me. Trial and error is what Already a Legend is. It Big Bad 3 wasn't this. Any other project was easy,
Mhm.
Any other project was easy. This was the first one where I was like, why the fuck am I going through so much turmoil? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You're just like
especially
we're
talking to
challenging
him.
yourself more
Right.
than before.
Especially talking to him, like actually getting like a gist on why it's not operating the way we would like it,
Mm-hmm. It's been like really critical and
Right.
objective about it.
Just trying to cross the T's and dot the I's.
Yeah.
And on
That's
our
important
end,
in the
on
creative
our end,
process, you know?
so that like when it's not working, we know where it's coming from.
Right.
You know?
And they can
And-
fix it.
Right. We did a good job of that. So yeah, Already a Legend.
So who else did you collaborate on this project with?
Already a Legend.
Is there just like a group of people that you always work with?
So I primarily I went to I went to a new studio. Like I
Okay,
normally
nice.
record with one of my partners. His name Buddha. He actually a very, very prominent artist. He need to come sit in this chair with you for sure.
Okay,
But,
yeah, definitely.
I normally recorded with Buddha, and then I moved out of Charleston, and I had to start from scratch. So I started like just making relationships, and I work with a dude in Colombia named Neek. He
Okay.
owns GOT Studios or GOT Studios. Fi. Chi, T-Law, all the photographers I work with.
Nice.
Ephraim, Joey. Just the home team for real. So it was still the same skeleton. We just added new accessories,
Right.
stuff like that. So we still had like the template set. We still had the people that we rock with, like
Mhm.
cameraman wise, picture wise, video wise, recording wise, engineering wise. It was more spread. So we was like we had to
Right. Coordinate it more and
exactly.
be more.
We
Yeah.
had to just cross T's, dot the I's.
Yeah, no, definitely. It takes a lot of intent and actually like follow through to get that shit done. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, so what about this most recent album is like the most special to you? Like probably the fact that you like set a new standard for yourself for it, or like what would you say stands out?
Well, not to even like put like, not to even brag, but like with every project, I'm gonna be better than me.
Right.
With everyone, I'm gonna be better. I feel like this one was so important because of all the things that we had to do to get it done and actually making it physical, you know, because Already a Legend,
happened.
exactly. Yeah. Already a Legend was like a name or like a mood that I battled with, realizing now my whole life, you know, but like to put it in words or to make it physical, to make it a physical thing and mean exactly what I want to say. And then we ended up being able to do that. It's like, that don't really happen.
Well, that's
you
tough.
know,
That's tough to
Type
work
shit.
for a whole year and scrap it and then just start
Start
over
again.
again.
but that's the type of, but that's who I am
Yeah.
though. Like, that's just who
Perfectionist, I
I'm
guess.
about to say, that's just who I am. Like, I'm just on, like, once I hear it a certain way, if it's not happening, it just won't happen. You know, like
You needed to come out that way.
right.
That you
It's
hear
just,
it.
I got it. My principle or like my morale is engraved with like me just getting my point across, me being
Right.
heard, me being understood thoroughly, and then it's gonna be
The way you want it to be.
right. And what I didn't predict was it being so hard in this day and age, like to just
Yeah.
be, you know,
No,
for
that's
you to
true.
get your point across and be understood. Because
People do think like take it for granted.
right, and there's so
Yeah.
many perspectives that you have to like be accountable for, like
That's true. Yeah.
you know, so like
Think about,
especially
like,
as-
what would this person think if I say it like
exactly,
this?
especially entertainers or like, you know, any like ethnic groups or like, you know, black, white, gay, Latino, any like you got to be real like purposeful when you say things, especially like
You
regarding
can't be careless, or else you're gonna hurt people
exactly.
and stuff
It's
like
just
that.
like you gotta find a way to say the right thing. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta find a way to say something, or you gotta be persuasive enough to say something that's out of pocket and they still like, you know, gravitate towards it, or they still
It
still
resonates
register.
with them. It doesn't
right,
just offend them. And
right.
Stuff.
It
Yeah.
they know I'm rapping. You know,
Yeah.
like they know like that type of thing. But yeah,
Yeah, that's like a level of artistry that you have to like get to with time, because like, you know, anybody can like
what
learn how to play the guitar, like
Right.
you could perfect a craft, but like
You
being able
can't-
to express yourself and
Right.
have it be received the way that you intended, it's like that's a skill
Right.
all into itself. I feel like, you
Ev-
know,
everything in music is a mold.
I'm not good at that.
Bro, like everything in music is a mold. Like when
Mold.
it comes to artists, when it comes to the structures and like infrastructures and labels, when it comes to all those things, everything is a mold. And it's so many people out breaking these molds at the moment to where it's like you have to stand out in some type of way. Like because
Right.
everybody's him. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's so much
Everybody
noise.
him.
You know what I mean?
Everybody
cut
him.
through it.
Somebody dropped a song while we sitting here right now. We don't
Oh
even
yeah.
know. You know what
Each
I'm saying?
second, you know what I mean?
Like
As we
somebody
speak.
somebody just dropped a song and everybody calling him. You know?
Yeah.
So you got to find a way to.
And then they're getting on another podcast,
Right.
And they're gonna talk about
right,
it.
exactly. They're gonna be talking about us in another. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? But like,
yeah, exactly.
You got to find a way to like
Stand out and
Right.
offer something.
you got to add the value. You know,
Right.
you have to add the value. You can't just like. It's easy to get for somebody to get up and be. It's easy for somebody to get up and be like, I'm gonna make a song today.
Mhm.
You know, whether that shit be hard, whether it be, whether it be like a good song or not. It's just I'm gonna apply myself and get up and make a song.
Yeah.
How I promote this song, because there's a mode for it, I can make it pop, whether it's good or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like
You give people a reason to listen to it.
exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of labels is breaking out of that mold. You know, a lot of labels is looking for the guy in that they city
Yeah.
or the best in.
They're
wherever
looking
it
for
can
someone
be.
who's already
Right.
famous.
Right. They looking for right. They looking for somebody who already clouded up.
Like, and yeah,
And
just so that they can like
I
ride
think,
their coattails.
right. I think we as a collective, meaning like referring to BGR, I think we as a collective do a good job of that because we made our own mold and broke that shit a million times. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we done made our own shit and broke that shit a million times.
Make your own rules. to
So
break
it's
'em.
like, there's no real way for us to see majority consensus of artists or majority consensus of labels who are looking for this mode and be like, okay, I'm just finna just go fit that. You know, like I'm not finna get on the song and be like, my car is nice, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's real shit going on. Nigga, somebody broke in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
you
a
know what
good.
I'm
That's a
saying?
better story.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing going on. So it's like you got to find a way to just be authentically you in every aspect and not have like the views or the guise of the modern public or social media to make you jump off that hill. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm gonna die like this. I'm
Mhm.
already a legend.
Right.
Nothing can move me.
Yeah.
So that's what that really is.
No, that's cool. And it's like by putting it out, because like, you know, obviously we're all gonna die.
Right.
Sorry guys,
Mhm.
but like, you know, when you
The
put something
podcast
out
will live
there,
forever.
yeah, and
Yeah,
also
right.
like your
And our
music
music.
will, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
And so in that sense,
And you
you
just
will
gotta-
always be a legend.
You got to find something to place importance on, like because a lot of people going for anything,
Mhm.
especially in this day and age of social media and like again all the perspectives that's around. It's like it's easy for you to lose sight of who you actually is,
Right.
You know? But it's on you to dial back. It's on you to be like, you know what, this is what I stand for, and that's what it
Mhm.
is. So, and I feel like we do a good job of that. We could do a good job of just being like, you know,
Sticking
this
for
what
what
it
you
is,
actually-
right? This
yeah.
what it is. This what it's gonna be.
So you were talking a little bit about how you guys decided it was like time to release it. How do you know specifically like when an album or a song is finished? Like what
It's
do
a
you?
feeling. Everybody just go with their gut. It's a
Mhm.
feeling. That's what I can say about like as collective mates and friends. That's why I'm glad I'm with who I'm with. Me and Ty was just talking about this earlier today.
Mhm.
But like, it's just a feeling. Everybody know it, you know. And it's not one person moving off one feeling. It's just like everybody collectively agree. Yeah, it is time for this.
And everybody looks at each other like, oh yeah.
Yeah, playing it all the way through. Like after the last session we had for Artie a Legend. After the very last session, I'm with him. I'm with Lalo G and I'm with DP.
Uh-huh.
I'm livid because I'm like the song. This shit not mixed how you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I really want to go back to the studio. Like I'm livid.
No, that's an infuriating moment. Look,
They-
the
but-
card check.
Right? They all looking at me like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like what the fuck this boy talking about? You know?
I just need to be
And
alone
then-
for a little bit.
And then when I like understood their perspective, when I understood like what we stand for as a collective, and then I gave the songs another listen, I'm like, no, it's time to go.
Yeah.
You know, like
Mhm.
it's time to do it. You know,
Facts.
so we just went from there.
You can't overbake it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. You can actually undo good work. You know?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, it's just that.
Do you have, so I guess people in your collective maybe, but do you have, when you, I guess like say lay down a freestyle or something, do you have any people that you bounce it off of to be like, should I say this? Or like even in terms of like trying not to offend people like we were talking about earlier or like something like that? 'Cause sometimes
So-
I'm like, would this be taken the wrong way?
So it's funny. Like it's funny.
I ask Isaiah this all
And
the
I
time.
I can let DP speak on it afterwards, but like it's funny because like everybody this is why I'm in the collective I'm in, because
Mhm.
everybody trusts everybody with their creativity.
Yeah.
It's not one person that's gonna say,
I don't think so about
yeah, you feel me? It's like,
Everybody checks everything.
yeah, because it's like we all
Checks and
going off,
balances.
we all going off, we all going off a gut feeling. Now don't get me wrong, if you're a fucked up person and your gut feeling telling you to just disrespect all these people, then that's on you. And
Right.
somebody gonna check you. Don't get me wrong, somebody gonna say something about it. But it's like everybody in the collective that I'm in, everybody trusts my creativity as a spearhead to BGR and as like one half to the collective head of BGR. It's like they trust my creativity. They
Yeah.
trust that okay, like you gonna make something like that's pungent enough for you to be like I'm releasing this. You know?
Yeah.
Like
that.
regardless of what I say, and in a lot of cases, what I say will make them be like, "Bro, drop it now." Like you know, like
Yeah.
like a lot of cases it be that. So like bouncing ideas off is like in most cases I come with a finished product already, and then we find ways to market it. We find ways to tap in with this artist or that artist. We find ways to do this video, and we just go from there. So a lot of cases I'm coming with like some finished music already, and they
Right.
just like, okay, that's what we going with. I know we can do this with this. I know
Mhm.
we can do that with that. And we just go from there.
Um,
As well as not to cut you off, but as well as any one of the other artists in my collective. Like we don't never yay or nay the creativity. It's just like
yeah.
it fits somewhere because you're like it's a collective, it's not a group. So it's like it
Mhm.
fit in your discography somewhere. It fit with your fan base somewhere. So why would we as a whole be like,
Yeah.
nah, don't be you?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So we just go from there. But like Pia tell you, like it's like we necessarily not the ones to be like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know, like, and if we
Yeah.
have to do that, if we absolutely have to do that,
Yeah.
then it's serious. You know,
Right.
It's like then I'm gonna listen.
Only
you
because
know?
like you're looking out
Right.
for them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like
you
if
don't
that-
want to do this.
If that have to happen, it's like okay, nah, I need to go and listen.
Yeah,
You feel
that
what I'm
makes
saying? Hear my
sense.
man's out.
Yeah, well, I mean, we need that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like sometimes you're like, I didn't mean to come off like that, that type
Right.
of thing. Well, so you look for ways to like market each song and stuff. Like, do you look for collabs and features and stuff? I heard some.
So when I look for him, it's probably like when I look for a collab, it's probably because he already my homie. You know?
Okay,
Or it's
yeah.
like I got like rap friends, so like it's
Yeah.
probably he probably already my rap friend.
Okay.
On the reaching outside to like a new artist, it probably had to be brought to light by P. You know, because he
Gotcha.
got his ear to the streets, so he
Yeah.
got like he on the ground. You know, so
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what do you think is the key to a good, successful collab, like, or feature?
ego. it's the deciding factor, and if the song is good or if it's bad. Just like if it's a woman on the ego with a date, it's just like your ego is going to decide if this date is good or bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Do you ever like do a feature with somebody and you're like, oh, this sounds like shit? How do I tell them that? Or
I ain't
does
gonna
that
never do that. I ain't gonna, it ain't gonna get to
because
that
you already
point.
know it's gonna be good. Yeah,
it ain't gonna
that
get to that
makes
point because I'm going like I'm gonna throw him a lob. You know, I'm gonna throw the lob. I'm not gonna try to like be the best rapper on the song. I'm trying to make the best song. You know,
yeah.
like I'm trying to make the best vibe. I'm trying to get paid off the best vibe. You know,
Right.
I'm not.
That's
Well, it's select moments. Yeah, select moments. Don't get me wrong, because we all MCs. You're supposed to be. I'm better than it. I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to feel that way. You're supposed to have that chip on your shoulder. But in a lot of cases, it's like you got to know when to stop and go. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when to be quiet or when to be courageous. Is that type of thing. So like when I come into it, I'm completely taking my ego off the table, especially with working with somebody new. Like I'm gonna shake your hand. We're gonna politic. I'm gonna look you in your face. You know, stuff like that. And then we're just gonna move accordingly. And I make a lot of relationships like that by just not moving with my ego. You know, like we know who Crucial BGR is. That don't mean I have to be a dickhead every time you see me. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. It's like one conversation to tell you I'm genuine, or one conversation to tell you he genuine, or anybody in my collective is genuine. But don't get me wrong, when you jump in the water to play, or like you jump in the water to like move with the type of ferocity we move with when it comes to music, you're gonna have to keep up. It's just a disclaimer. It's not saying like I'm coming in, nigga, we finna slaughter everybody.
That's what you're signing up for.
Right. It's just like, nah, we gonna do what we do, but we gonna throw you the law. You know? It's that.
Yeah. How do you like how is it for you balancing the, you know, business side, like, you know, managing the relationships in your collective and like promoting yourself, and then like the artist side, like staying creative and inspired? Like, does that ever weigh on you?
So that it only started weighing this year.
Right.
Because it's like it's getting to the point where we in front of a bunch of labels, like things like that. So it only got tedious this year because and not tedious because I don't know the business. It's tedious because it's like, who are you talking to? You know, it's like that type of thing. It's like, who do you think you actually talking to? Like, you know, like you actually have to come to me correct, or anybody in my collective correct. It's like I'm not finna be lowballed for my literal creativity. You know, my literal creativity. What
are some of these lowballs that you've heard from people?
A wise man, you know, that's saying.
We don't need any names, but like
what I can say is like, it was a 60-40 split in distribution.
60 them?
Yeah. And then we talked it up to 80-20 us being the beneficiaries. You know?
Well,
so it's like,
damn, that's a big turnaround.
We didn't even, but I didn't even sign it. Like it was just a thing. It was just me proving my point or getting my point across. It's like, bro, I'm not no little kid. You know? It's like I'm not starstruck. Start
with that.
Right. It's like I'm not starstruck by this.
It's like, you start with that.
You know? Right. I'm not starstruck by like. I'm not starstruck by a label talking to me. I'm not starstruck by
like oh, you guys want me? I need to. They like they prey on that. You know what I mean? The desperation.
You're trying to create something. They're trying to make a business deal.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I'm trying to open a door that's behind the door. That's behind the door. That's behind the door. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta think 5 doors ahead.
Right. It's not like a lump sum. Don't get me wrong. Like a label can come in and change all our life. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I go for that, what am I really going for? Like I'm finna be settling with being lowballed. I'm finna be settling with a split that I'm not happy with on my deal, or I'm finna be settling with a lot of people touching my creativity and changing it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like what they finna give you, they finna get 10 times over out of you. You know, and it's just you got to know that. Like coming in, you got to realize, okay, this is what's finna happen. Can I make my bed with this? You know,
right?
That's what a lot of it is, and a lot of artists. I'm not, with majority consensus of my rap peers come in excited about it. You know, they come in like, okay, my life is finna be changed for the better, and it is what it is. But it's like, it's more tedious than that. It's more like, the line is more like black and white than that. You know, well, no, it's less black and white than that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
more ambiguous.
Right. It's more like, it's not like 2 + 2 = 4. You know?
Yeah.
Like they done threw some numbers and some letters in this equation and all type of crazy jobs. So, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, no, for real. So if there's anybody that you could collab with, like your dream collab, dead or alive, who would it be?
Well, that's a big one.
It's a big difference including dead people.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That opens up a lot of
That's a big one. Oh God, oh God, for real.
You could probably sell a lot of albums with that.
Yeah. Right. Jesus love me. You know, sample them.
Second Coming, Volume 1.
Right, but no, honestly, man, it's weird, but I would like to work with a lot of people that inspire me to rap to begin with. Like, of course, don't get me wrong, working with like my Wayne, like
Right.
it'd be like it's Lil Wayne, you know. But like to be able to say I got on the song with like one of my uncles and we made it a good song, or we made it like a number one thing, or like it's buzzing.
Yeah, that'd be
like,
sweet.
That'd be fire.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
That'd be awesome.
You know?
That's always a good like story. You know what I mean?
Right? Because it's like it's
just
my
wholesome.
uncle. You know, it's like he the reason I even know all the music I listen to. You know, my mama, she the reason I know all the singers I know. You know, like that type of thing. So it'd be like, it's like we play with that idea now because I'm grown. Like talking to my uncles and my mom and like my cousins, we play with those ideas now. It's like, bro, all right, we can get in the studio. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when it's actually a real thing. Like I feel like that's when I'd be starstruck. Like that's when I'd be like, bro, I just did a song with. You know, but for podcast purposes, I'd say Dead or Alive. I got something for Mike J. Okay. I know me and Mike, I got something for Mike. But of course I'm gonna say Wayne. I wanna say 8 Ball and MJG.
Listen, I don't know any of these people.
Jay-Z.
Oh, Jay-Z. Yeah,
okay,
for sure. And Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
I invented swag.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, probably. Well, I want to get a beat from Kanye. I don't necessarily
You wouldn't want
want
to
to
sing with
verse.
him?
I feel like if you could do one with Andre 3000, that'd be sick.
Tough. Outkast in general, the whole Dungeon family in general, like that whole era of like, you know, at Georgia rap.
Yeah,
It's
like the core. They started that.
Right, like they the South had something to say because of them, you know. South definitely.
And
had something
those
to say.
albums are amazing.
Of course. I grew up on them. I was probably conceived in one of them. You know, so
she lives in
my life. Oh God, you know. Oh God.
So for you managing, when did you start doing that?
I want to probably say like 2018, maybe 2019, probably 2020.
Okay.
I was in college.
Nice. What got you like? What made you like choose that path?
I just wanted to really figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know he's gonna blow, so it's just like when it comes down to that time to when like I can help other people, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Let's bring the city up. Let's really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So I really wanted to figure out the ins and outs of it. I'm still learning every day though.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Have y'all been documenting any of it?
To an extent, yeah.
Because you know that Kanye documentary was.
Yeah, to an extent.
I didn't even see that.
Like,
you guys start a podcast.
Start that early.
A podcast.
DGR podcast.
Like doing like
my buddies were talking about starting an actual podcast, but just like we didn't do it yet.
Right.
Yeah, it could be a lot to get together and stuff. But yeah, no. What do you think has been like the most effective in terms of like managing or like promoting people from your perspective, trying to do it since 2018 or 2019?
What'd you say? Say it one more time.
What do you think has been like the most effective thing to do in terms of like strategies of like promoting people or just managing artists that you've?
Stay consistent with whatever you're doing. That's the main one, because you can send like Instagram promotions to do all that, or post to your friends, being out there like telling people, yo, listen to this, like daily. I like, yo, on my Snapchat, like I sell, I got my own clothes. You know, like if I do like a promo video, I pick Crucial in the background type thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just little things like that in the street. I'm like, yo, listen to this person, or tap into this. That type of times, just. Yeah,
it's hard to like stay because it can be a lot these days. You know what I mean? It seems like there's a lot expected of you if like you really want to like get your stuff out there and heard by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so that can be hard to like stay on top of.
Need a village.
Yeah, no, it definitely takes a village for sure. What do you think? What helps you like stay on top of it? Like trying to stay inspired, or like are there any goals that you are like, not until I get this, I'm not gonna stop, or something, or like what helps you with that?
It just be
drive you.
Just day by day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day at a time. Yeah.
Most
It just be his drive. Okay. So this is our first little like podcast. It's like a collective. So what he don't say, like we all see about him. Like the dude is a maniac when it comes to getting his point across, especially when in his hustle. Like we met in middle school. He got a specific candy banned from our middle school because he kept selling it.
Talk about leaving a legacy.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
What candy was this?
It's called a fruity.
He got it banned from Jerry's Local Middle School. It was rappers all in the hall, in the bathrooms, everywhere because of this man. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying be consistent.
Wait, you're that guy? The guy who got this trick.
No, he's saying stay consistent, but it's all of like it's more like like nobody coming to save you. Like
Yeah.
he embodies that. It's like nobody coming to help unless you add the value.
Yeah.
You know, so every day he get up and add the value to me, to our collective, to himself, to his brand. Like,
Yeah.
and this is just the thing he don't think to say.
It's more of a mindset.
Some
Right.
people are just a little humble, you know.
Right. It's just because he get up and do it every day. He get up and do it every
How
day.
you live.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for like some people, that's just how you are.
Right. He
Yeah.
don't think to talk about it. You don't think to say it because it's normal.
Most definitely.
But that's him though.
Those are the best people to work with because they're not
Right.
fucking always not ever like.
You're not having to hound on them to get
Right.
stuff done.
He team playing. Well, that's one thing you gotta one thing you can expect. He team playing every time.
Wherever I'm needed, I'm there.
See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Facts.
So like, how much time do you feel like you spend more time promoting yourself than you do making music, or vice versa, or how does that split look for you? And what do you think it should look like?
All right, so I'm weird, and this is what they be on me about. Like this is what P and like our whole little management camp. This is what they be on me about.
Really?
I fucking hate posting. Like
Yeah.
I hate
It
that
sucks.
shit. Like I hate it
Do you do TikTok?
because hell no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
That's
But
a whole
no,
other mind fucking itself.
Right, like because it's like, I'm grasping it now. Like having all the conversations that we have, like I'm grasping it now. But I hate posting.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times I leave it to them, or when I have something to say, then I'll
Yeah.
then I'll be on Instagram with some music. Or
Have you
like,
ever made any music videos?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We make
Yeah.
What's your most
right-
recent
Clips
one?
of those would probably be great promotion on TikTok.
That's true. Yeah.
It just
that's-
I get what you're saying, but
He
like,
just
it sucks
told-
because
that's what
TikTok
he-
is so valuable.
Right. That's what he
Right.
just told me.
Exactly,
That's
yeah, right.
the
But it
same
does suck.
same thing he just told me, bro. Clip it up.
Yeah.
Like that same thing he just told me. But no, like, yeah, we do a lot of those things. It's just promotion. It's hard for me to grasp because of the type of person I am in real life.
You're the
you know?
creator.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
just like, I'd rather just be.
It's hard for me to like sell myself.
you got a team.
In a lot of
Right.
ways. I'm like,
But
oh, listen to my music.
but what I can say is like, upon them stressing the importance of like self promotion,
Mhm.
aside from my management promote me, it's like it's big, you know, like it's real big. So I understand like the principles of it, and I understand how serious it is, and now we just moving accordingly. So I don't wrap my head around it thoroughly, and we just build rollouts now. Build rollouts when we have something to promote.
That's smart. Yeah.
You know? So,
Build out like a rollout plan.
right, when we have something to promote, we build rollouts. Like,
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, ideally, you should have your thing finished, and then give yourself a
Yeah.
lot of time to like plan
Exactly.
it. But sometimes I've been so just like antsy where like I don't do that enough. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Cause
You just want the gratification.
DJ Khaled just said this, but I'm not like subscribed to DJ Khaled in any form. Like,
Mhm.
but he did say something that we always say to each other. It's like
I mean, he's
it's
successful.
like the last minute magic is the real magic. You know,
yeah.
like the last
That's true.
the last minute things you have to do when you finishing a rollout or when you finna drop. It's like that's what's the real magic. You know, because it propels it like aeons ahead when it's just like that one right thing that you forgot or that you did the day of. You know?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, that's how we operate. We like, Already Legend was the first time I had all the songs done.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
Already
yeah.
Legend was the first time I had all the songs done. We was like, we scrapping all this. You know,
Yeah.
and just went
Yeah.
back.
So-
But
But then you can like you said, like rebuild with a better
right,
like sense of cohesiveness
Exactly.
and stuff. You
That's
know,
a
yeah.
really interesting story for the whole album.
That too, yeah.
yeah, we scrapped the whole thing.
Yeah.
It don't sound nothing like the first one. Don't sound nothing like the one that's out.
Is it deleted or just in the archives?
It's just somewhere.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean,
Somewhere in.
That means
somewhere
for
in our
the
files.
20th anniversary.
yeah, down the line, people would love
Right.
to hear that.
That's why we went deluxe.
when you
That's
sell
why we went
the
deluxe.
box
Yeah,
set,
exactly.
the the first version,
Right,
unreleased,
The-
never heard before,
new
Right.
cover and all.
remastered.
You know? The Already Legend. It's like, bro, it's like 15 of them covers. Like,
Real, you
Already
guys went
Legend
through
cover?
a bunch of different versions.
Bro, me and T-Law, shout out T-Law. Me and T-Law went through almost 15 different covers and different ways to do just one picture.
Did you guys make it yourself or did you?
Yeah. So
Nice.
what I did, like I edit all my own covers. Like I make my
Mhm.
own treatments to my videos, X, Y, and Z. I do
Nice.
all my own cover art, shit like that. But like when it comes to actually me being on the cover, I go collaborate with photographers who can, get my point across.
Right. Yeah.
And T-Law is really one of them, just like Justin is at Fake Woke, stuff like that. But T-Law sent me all the colored pictures. Like he sent me all the ones with color in them, and we was basing the cover off that. And then at the last second, he got all the black and whites.
Mhm.
So we was back going through them, making covers. I'm sending him like, what you think about this? Like, man, we should change this, or we should,
Yeah.
So like 15 of them covers, like it's like 15 of them, like official ones. Like the ones that we scrapped, it's like an ass of them. But
Yeah.
but like it's like 15 official covers.
And you're like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, oh God. It's
Well,
like
the new one, the black and white, does look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out T-Law. Oh
Shout out
God. Shout out T-Law.
Speaking of the right stuff, what made you feel like Final Jeopardy should be the single? What made you want it to be the single?
So, all right. So,
Bingo.
I'm reaching back to a question that you asked, what's your drive, or like what motivates you to keep creating it? And my initial answer was like, oh yeah, it was a part of me. I've been supposed to do this, but I challenged myself in completely different ways musically as an MC. Like Final Jeopardy came about because of the concept of the hook and the title of the song. Like I was listening to this song that Ty sent me called "Let Me Down Easy." It's like an older song, and in the song she's talking about like, I know our relationship ain't gonna work, just don't be mean. Like you know what I'm saying? Just don't be mean about it. It's like
let me down easy.
Right. It's like when you see me, say hey, you know, stuff like that. Just like let me down easy. So Final Jeopardy came from like the hook go like, knock them dudes down. They answered bowling pins.
Okay.
Let's go with the ops B for 200. So it's like I'm playing Final Jeopardy. You know, it's like I'm saying like, yeah, the answer was bowling pins. I got it right. Let's go with this for 200. So it's like that's the concept of this song. It's more of like a game show. It's more like I'm toying with you.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
It's just an abstract way to say like I'm defending myself from my problems again.
Yeah, because I did like the cover art too. It's like that whole theme with the Jeopardy and stuff. That's funny. That's cool. What do you have in the works for the future going on now?
I'm working on like 3 tapes right now, like at this, like simultaneously. The one that I will say that I already spoke on like publicly through like social media is Stunt Hard Crucial. So like Stunt Hard Crucial is another mindset. It's almost like already a legend, you know. It's just I went through like a bunch of like personal like deaths in my family, you know. Like I went through a bunch of stuff that like hit like in a really weird way, you know. And when I like my family think of death as like graduation. It's like we can't hang on to you. We just got to get what we can from you and be proud that you know, you transition into the next life. And when I thought of it that way, just like I said, it was like it'd be a disservice if I stopped at anywhere but on the top of my craft for the people that I've lost or I'm losing that really care if I win. Like the people that I'm losing, like they talk to me like, bro, I'm not looking away until you win. You know, like, I'm not looking away until you on top of this. Yeah. So it's like the fact that I'm losing them before they get to see it. It's like ain't no way I'm gonna stop. Yeah. You know. So Stunt Hard Crucial was just me being like, man, just jump back in that mode. You know, just and then the way I make projects now, I want to make them more like how fashion is. Like, you know, we can wear gear from like V-Lone, but it's like when Balenciaga has Fashion Week, it's like it's pieces that they wearing. It's not like they wearing clothing. It's like a certain type of piece that they wearing. So I want to make like this project like more of like a capsule thing. Nice. And I'm doing it through like the mixtape format. So like it's gonna be like a dedication tape. Like you know how Lil Wayne do dedication tapes. Yeah. It's gonna be kind of like that. Okay. Like with the inspiration wise, because I got a bunch of samples with him on it, like stuff like that. Nice. So Stunt Hard Crucial is the next one. It's just more like a mindset. It's just more like, man, like look, man, it's people that live vicariously through you, through this thing, through this craft, and it'd be a really big disservice if you were just like, man, I'm hurt, I'm gonna stop. You know? Yeah. Well, I can't wait to hear what comes out of that. Yeah. That sounds like it's gonna be epic. Crazy. We're coming up on an hour here. I think we did a good job. Is there anything you want to add in before we end? Man, shout out my collective mates. Right now, we got Lalo G here. We got TY Beats. We locking in on like this little EP. Let's do it, guys. Congratulations. We got DP right here. I got on his brand, President's Club. He got on his brand. They over there with his brand on. Shout out. So the other half of my collective head is old boy Pari. He currently in like Atlanta right now. And what's funny about me and Pari is me and Pari met in high school, and we just been kicking it, like going through shit after that. You know, like after high school, we was kicking it, going through shit together. And then when I was writing my first rap, it was like 3 a.m. I'm writing my first rap, and I call him to tell him, yo, I'm writing a rap. He was doing the same shit. Nice. Wow. Oh God. Like he was doing the same exact thing. And then from there, we was like, nah, this what we on. Yeah. Yeah. So Pari, Jermaine, he just dropped his project, Call the Benz. Pari just dropped The Goods, yeah, and Lalo just dropped what? Yeah, 2-song EP. Yeah, he just dropped a 2-song EP. Nice. We just dropped a deluxe. You know,
Nice.
P just dropped his line. You know, he got some selling out whole store 40% off right now.
Happy
You know?
birthday to me and President's Club.
Yeah, you know, happy birthday
Okay,
to
yeah.
President's Club. Yeah.
Is it your birthday?
October 16th.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
happy
for the
birthday.
whole
What's
month.
crazy? This is nuts. Like this lets you know like there's like a divine thing around us and we on the right path.
Mm.
My birthday, one of my collective mates, Jermaine, his birthday is on October 1st. Mine is on October 8th. His is on the 16th.
Ooh.
Right.
You guys got a. You're
Right.
all. What sign is that?
That's
Libra.
Libra. Yeah, that's Libra.
Libra.
No, that's
I know.
awesome. You guys got definitely some sort of the same juju behind
Right.
you.
No,
Oh,
most definitely.
100 Degrees. Shout out 100 Degrees Truder. He just dropped his merch. Kanye was definitely wrong. Sway did have the answers. But yeah, shout out Truder. Who else? I'm forgetting somebody.
Marcus.
Max, he make beats too. Max, shout out Max. He send me a little pack every now and then. Well, not even every now and then. He sends something every day. I'm not gonna lie. He sends something every day. He's
Yeah.
making
On
beats
that
every day.
grind too.
No
Right.
facts.
Nice.
Who else I'm forgetting, bro?
Who?
Dude, shout out Dude. He do more of like a he on the management side, but he more of like like event planning. He got an event.
Nice.
He's planning a BGR Pro Am event. That's supposed to happen, I want to say in December. I'm not too sure. I don't even know if I was supposed to speak on it yet. But we already got a bunch of sponsors and like
Apple Juice Drew exclusive
Yeah.
announcement.
we got a bunch of sponsors from it. So dude, get the fire under you, gang. They know
Nice.
now. You know,
Okay,
they know.
sweet.
But other than that, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on, man. It was a pleasure, and let's have you on again when you release that next album.
You know it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for listening. Go ahead and follow us on hjf2.pod on Instagram and TikTok, and stream Crucial anywhere you stream your musical binary data. We'll be back next week with a new episode. Peace and love.
70. Check out episode 69 if you have not.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Love
Once in a
guys.
Man, podcast.
No, most definitely.